Hello everyone and welcome to our next Let's Play, the 5th Let's Play on this channel. Let's play Pokemon Black version. I am your host, the PokeGamer, and today we will be starting our little adventure through the Unova region. So let's just go ahead and get started on this. I'm gonna admit this, obviously I've been looking forward to doing Generation 5 for quite some time now. Generation 5 has been one of my favorite generations, despite some of the Pokemon looking kind of retarded, and, you know, whatever. I mean, there are some Pokemon that just have very unoriginal designs in this generation, but I really don't care that much. The game is great, I loved it, and I'm sure that everyone that has played this will, you know, agree with me that it is a decent game. So as per, you know, the past few generations, obviously you get to choose whether you're a boy or a girl. Obviously I am a man. I don't mind playing as the female character, of course, but you know, so I'm going to go ahead and choose my name here, and I'm going to pick a name that I've been recently using on you know, a lot of other sites. Elaru. So with that, we now have our name, and now she's going to mention that not only do we have one, but we happen to have a total of 2 rivals in this generation, which is something new to you know, I mean, I guess if you want to kind of include HeartGold, Soul Silver, because technically in a way the character you didn't choose kind of helps you throughout the game, and I think you battle them at least once, but that's kind of just a one-time deal. Outside of that, you know, it's whatever. In this game, you will be battling multiple times against both of your rivals. So yeah. Now we're getting to that part, obviously, where we get ready to decide on our starter, of course. So basically, I've done a lot of thinking, and I actually have a full team planned out this time, unlike with the last game. I didn't have a full team planned out, and as a result, like, I kind of just either left Giratina in, or, you know, just did whatever. But yeah, I mean, I've got my team pretty much planned out here. The cool thing about this generation, you don't need very many HMs, so I mean, you don't have to carry HM slaves with you very often. So yeah. So we open this little gift box and we get a little note that says, "I've brought 3 Pokemon, one for you and one for each of your friends. Please settle your choices politely. Enjoy your Pokemon. Signed, Professor Juniper." So when we open the little package, we get 3 Pokeballs, and we get to choose a Pokemon. We have the Fire-type Pokemon Tepig, the Grass-type Pokemon Snivy, and of course the Water-type Pokemon Oshawott. I originally was going to go with Tepig because the fighting type that it gets through its evolution, or evolutionary line, I suppose, is very good for the second gym, which we'll get to obviously when we get around to it. And the first gym, it's also kind of decent as well, depending on how well you do. But my decision at the very last second will be Oshawott. I have different plans for a fighting type on my team, for multiple reasons, of course. And I mean, I've always loved Oshawott, so, you know. Anyways, as pretty much kind of a standard thing for every Pokemon game, you are put into a rival fight at the very beginning of the game once you get your starter. Again, I mentioned there are more than one rival, or there is more than one rival in this game, and as a result, you will be battling both. So obviously the way this thing works, she will pick the starter that is weak to yours, and he will pick the one that is strong to yours. This is kind of a cool implementation, because now you have a rival that you obviously can do well against, as well as one that you're going to have a little bit of a harder time with. And it also kind of falls in with their characters, with Bianca being kind of clumsy, a klutz, you know, things like that. She's not very bright, so I mean, it's only natural that the smarter rival get the one that is obviously better against your Pokemon than, you know. So, also, I don't recommend that people obviously go out and get the ROMs and stuff, but whenever you actually, like, if you actually are one of those people that find the ROM themselves, you are most likely going to need a code for this game. I have to actually use an action replay code for this, because again, I don't have a capture card, but I do actually own the physical copy of this game. So I mean, well, not this game, I have white, but I mean, you know, kind of the same thing, I guess. Same but different. Anyway, like, the problem with the ROMs that a lot of people seem to have is the EXP growth. It kind of doesn't work. So as you noticed, I did get experience, and that's what the action replay code is actually for. It's to make sure that I do get my experience, because without the experience, obviously we're going to be stuck with a level 5 starter throughout the entirety of the game. I guess that could be kind of an interesting let's play, but I mean, that's also pretty ridiculous. You would have to use whatever you catch in the wild in order to catch something that's slightly stronger. So, I mean, I really wouldn't want to be doing that. It would be kind of interesting. I mean, I might actually try that at some point, just for myself, of course, but I mean, I wouldn't want to risk it. And we get like $1,000 from this, so I mean, whatever. And I'm sure that you've all like already noticed, yes, I am speeding up the gameplay. I just feel like it's a lot easier, plus this game is going to be a lot longer than Diamond Pearl Platinum was. Usually every time we get a newer game, we also happen to have a longer game to play. So, I mean, better to just play it at a high speed. And then, for some reason, I don't think Cheren heals us. I know that like he heals us after the first one, but not the second for some reason. So, you know, weird, but whatever. And as you'll notice, there's a whole bunch of P-Dove. For those of you who don't know what a P-Dove is, then I guess you now see. But you'll notice that Bianca was there and she walked off and the P-Doves kind of flew away. Very cool implementation, might I add. So I mean, you know, so what we're going to be doing first, I really don't even care. NPCs are really kind of useless, but I mean, it's always cool to talk to them. You might find something interesting, I guess. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk to the NPCs in these other houses first. The second you walk into Bianca's house, which you know is obviously not this one, something immediately happens, and then, you know, so I mean, you kind of need to do that, and you can't really progress any further here from this point until you actually, you know, talk to Bianca, or go find her rather, because Cheren's waiting outside the lab for you and Bianca, but she hasn't shown up, so you kind of have to go and find her. And as you'll see, her father, after she went to go tell him about it, is completely opposed to him, or yeah, her going on a Pokemon adventure. So yeah, what nonsense is this? How could my daughter, who knows nothing about the world, be going on a journey with Pokemon? Overprotective parents. I have some experience with that. My own mother is not very like overprotective, but yeah, I've met some pretty overprotective parents in my past, and it's not fun. Not pretty either, might I add. But whatever. That's other people's problems, I suppose. Anyways, Professor Juniper, I mean, if you didn't already know that, she will be here to, you know, kind of give us our I believe we get our Pokédexes here. Yeah, or, well, I don't want to nickname Oshawott, thank you very much. Also, I feel like I should mention this. I am probably going to take this video to 20 minutes because I kind of want to, you know, kind of want to make sure we get a decent amount of stuff in. Whoops. Yeah, obviously I meant to say yes. I didn't mean to press B there, but yeah. I'm going to take this video to like 20 minutes, make sure we get a decent amount of stuff in this, just so that way, you know, we actually, you know, get through a lot of this boring crap, because obviously it's just no fun if we're sitting here and waste 15 minutes just talking to a whole bunch of people and just not making any real progress. So I mean, 20 minutes is going to be a thing, but we're going to get through a decent amount of stuff. I mean, we've already gone through 10 minutes worth of gameplay, or roughly 10 minutes, and yeah. And another cool thing about this game, or this generation I suppose, if I remember correctly, this is the first generation to re-implement the the routes from Route 1. And by that I mean an entirely new region. Yes, there was Johto, but Johto didn't technically start off on Route 1. Technically, it started off on like some weird route. I think it was like Route 15 or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing a random number out there, of course. But they didn't technically start at Route 1. That was where Kanto started. So technically, ever since Kanto, Unova was the first region to start at Route 1. So it's kind of cool that they did that as well. So yeah. I find it a little broken, might I add, that the Juniper happens to have a Minccino or Chinchino or whatever. I don't remember. I think it's Minccino. Yeah, Minccino. I find it kind of broken that she has one of those early game. But I mean, it's whatever. I'm not sure if there is one on this route. If there is, I'm gonna have to catch it. We do need something flying type, you know, whatever, and I kind of want to get either a Pidove or something later down the line. And if I happen to, you know, get a Pidove on this route, if they ever shut up, then, you know, I mean, that'll be a thing. First step into the grass, okay, and it's a Patrat. I don't think you can get Pidove on this route. I think it's Patrats and Purloins. Early game, I'm gonna go for it and just get some free, you know, experience. I mean, unless I get crit, of course. But because I would love to have Water Gun before we even get to the next city. NPC guy, and yes, there is like no trainers on this route whatsoever. Which is kind of useful. You don't want to be battling a whole bunch of people, and you know, free potion, by the way, which is really nice. I don't mind walking through the grass at this point, because again, like I said, for experience, things like that. Also, I might soft reset for a different nature on the Sashwa. I haven't actually checked the nature. I might try and soft reset to get a naive nature. Partly because I kind of want to do a mixed thing with the Sashwa. I think if I get like Adamant or something, I might keep it, but I'm not sure. We can actually check this thing now. High special attack. I'm assuming that we have something like modest. Let's check this really quick. Docile. Yeah, I'll probably end up soft resetting for a different nature, which will be fine. Like, I'll just start off exactly where we were before, but, you know. So as you'll notice, be like, oh, do you want to compare who has the most Pokemon with them, blah, blah, blah. You might as well just answer yes. Obviously, there's nothing really good to catch on Route 1, but, I mean, what can you do? Early game. This is also a really cool thing. It's much like the whole, what the hell is it called? Pokegear type of thing. But the cool part is in Generation 5, with the whole Pokegear thing, they add like character faces and whatnot. It's really cool. So anyways, first town, we have Accumula Town. Obviously where we're supposed to go first is into the Pokemon Center, because the professor's obviously sitting here waiting for us. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Honestly, I'm really hoping to get through this as fast as possible, because there's a lot of talking all the way up until we get past this town, because, yeah. So she wants us to go ahead and heal our Pokemon. I think that we have no choice in the matter. I mean, whatever. But, yeah. And I think that the little quote-unquote tour doesn't stop until you, actually heal. So, kind of recommend doing it anyways. You're gonna level up a little bit to get Water Gun or whatever move it is off of the starter that you picked. And, you know, it's worth the free healing. And she's telling us to go and meet up with, you know, someone to kind of help her with her research or some shit like that. I don't really remember. It's not too relevant. There is a bit of serious relevance, but yeah. Up here, if you remember in the last game, there was the GTS area, or I forget what the place was actually called. but the areas into the GTS and all that are now upstairs, as well as, I guess I should also mention that the marts are now combined with the Pokemon centers, which is another cool little feature. This one here takes you to the GTS, which again I do have Wi-Fi capability on my emulator. Of course, since I'm speeding up the gameplay, we won't be able to go on, obviously. This is to trade wirelessly via friends, and of course this one is to trade with people via infrared, but of course we can't really do that because, you know, infrared, you know, desktop computer actually having infrared. Anyways, you step outside and you get told that these NPCs are doing whatever. So I'm just going to talk to this NPC before we, you know, do whatever. So yeah, you walk around and then, yeah, this starts. So I'm sure that you can already tell that, you know, Team Plasma, Team New Generation, they're obviously the douchebags. So here we are talking, or not talking, but like hearing what Getsis has to say about liberating Pokemon, and that Pokemon trainers only abuse Pokemon and they enslave them and all this other happy crap. So basically all he does is spout all this nonsense about people just, you know, abusing Pokemon and stuff like that, and then they walk off like, you know, royal assholes. Oh yeah, I also forgot about this one part. You'll find this a little interesting. Your Pokemon, just now it was saying, slow down, you talk too fast. And what's this about Pokemon talking? That's an odd thing to say. Yes, they're talking. Oh, then you two can't hear it either. How sad. My name is N. And yes, his name is N, and he has very significant relevance to the storyline for anyone who doesn't like know anything about this game. Yes, he does have relevance, but I mean, don't want to spoil it ahead of time for you guys, for anyone who hasn't played before. Anyways, this is also another reason why you kind of want to level up at least high enough to get Water Gun, at least if you chose Oshawott, because, yeah. I think this Oshawott has really good defense IVs, because it's taking like no damage whatsoever, and they're both the same level. That was a nice crit, by the way. Yeah, nice crit again, I guess. And the Purloin dies! Yay, and we get a free level up. I think that I have near perfect speed, and I think possibly even perfect special attack. Actually, no, it would be close to it, but it's not high enough. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna definitely get a different nature on it. But now with the whole N and Team Plasma thing gone, I'm going to come back here and heal really quick, and then we're gonna try and cover as many NPCs as we can in this town before we, you know, obviously move on to the next episode and what we do in there, which is pretty much just gonna be getting to the next town. Now, I know that it seems kind of weird, but there is definitely a house down here. It's kind of interesting because in the remake of this, there's this one here who trades you stuff. I don't think that she trades you anything in this game, but it's kind of cool. And like the remake, she actually trades you some stuff, which is really cool. She might still do it in this game and might do it only in the post game, but I mean, whatever. So yeah. Also, let me know if I have any problems with my layout or my overlay, you know, for you know, the game. I kind of want to make sure that it's working and looking good as well as I possibly can. I like to try and be professional about some of the things that I do. So I mean, yeah. So I think we're going to try and cover this entire floor as fast as we possibly can before we end the episode here. So yeah, we got through all this. Hopefully this isn't too much for you guys, because again, 20 minutes is kind of long, but I mean, again, it's kind of boring just getting your first Pokemon, going on to Route 1, and then just kind of calling it quits there. So yeah, I do hope that you guys enjoyed the first episode. Obviously we have a long journey ahead of us, and hopefully this whole speeding up the gameplay type of thing makes it a little easier for everyone. We get more jam-packed stuff into these episodes, and you know, all that other happy crap. So until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.